Hi, this is a video where I've got sort of 2.5 or 3 new things to show you, which are the thing we're standing on, which is a 100% reliable pearl detection for 12, that thing, which is a 100% reliable downwards pearl aligner for 12, and something that's a bit harder to just show you a picture of, which is a weird player input bug with this pearl aligner. Now, actually, I suppose I should first say that I've got Alex here because Floppy wasn't available, so we've harvested his head, and Alex is now doing a bit of cosplay for us. Intricate's here because she helped a shit ton, but she's too lazy to appear in a video because, you know, she lives in some other country and is asleep because time zones. Some other people helped, like Oreo and Sylkos and that Earth, I think, a bit. But yeah, a bunch of people helped. Chez helped as well. She was in the previous version of this video. Anyway, that out of the way. There'll be probably more names in the description. Let's start by demonstrating this. So, Alex, if you'd like to just throw a pearl normally, don't do the bug, you will see that nothing happens. The tripwire doesn't fire. But Alex, if you would like to do the bug, the tripwire fires. So, obviously, the way to people know that what you have to do is you have to have a boat, preferably oak. Oak is the best colour of boat. You need to have it in between these two things because that keeps it perfectly still, which is useful, and the boat get there. Now, if Alex goes in, you can see him throw it, and you can see it detect, and you can see when it detects. Oh, you can't because I haven't done /log projectiles full. Now, if Alex does it, you can see when it detects. You can see it detects after tick 0. So you see it prints tick 0, then this command block, the detection command block, fires. Which doesn't make much sense, but that's because of the way the logger works and player input delay. Now, if Alex does the bug, you will see that happens. It now detects before tick 0, which might seem impossible, but actually you have to realise that these tick prints in 1.12 happen at the end of the pearl's processing. So the pearl runs its full entity method, then it basically logs itself. Which means that the detection here is happening on the first tick the pearl spawns, and the detection here is happening on the tick after the pearl spawns. Which doesn't make any real sense, but 1.12 baby. Now, this bug is a problem because it breaks this aligner. If you move your mouse, like if you wiggle your mouse, it causes a bug. If you wiggle your mouse with this aligner, it breaks. Now, obviously, just don't wiggle your mouse. This aligner is 100% mathematically reliable. Like, I have some command blocks here which spawn like the slowest possible pearl that you can generate, which I calculated with Intricate, along with the fastest and like the maximum like amount of drift you can have in any axis. And those values are, well, these are like outside the bounds. Like technically, because random.next Gaussian doesn't actually output 8, it outputs 7.99 whatever, either positive or negative. It means that this would actually be 1.410 blah 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 whatever, yeah. And similarly, this would be 1.58999 whatever. But if these work, any pearl that's generated works. Similarly here, maximum drift is 0.9 or negative 0.9, as long as you're looking straight down. If you don't look straight down, it can get a bit higher, but the aligner actually handles that fine. It's really quite robust. So, yeah, I guess the only thing to say is this detection. I've not seen anyone do this before, and the way it works is when you're crouching, I guess I can show it on low tick rate 1, let's say, and then if I go into like F5, is there an angle I can, no, there's not an angle I can get. I should have thought about this. Alex, get in there, fam. If I turn on hitboxes, hello, Alex? Oh, for fuck's sake, man is dead. Or is it just my client? Hello, Alex. Get
Hello,
into the
what's up?
thing.
Yes, I
Wait, hold.
shall.
Yeah, wait, hold up. Let me just reduce tick rate. Now, if you throw the pearl, you can see that it's clipped out the top. It's hard to see though, but it's clipped out the top of his hitbox on the first tick it spawns. Because when you throw it, like it spawns at your eye height, and your eye height is less than 0.125, or no, it's less than 0.25, sorry, away from the top of your hitbox, which means that because you're so close to the string when you're crouching on this lock, daylight detector, you it clips out the top of your hitbox and is in the string. Now, the actual liner is quite a simple device. You need all three of these blocks to squish it in this direction. You need all four of these to guarantee you squish it in this direction. The reason you need more is because the difference in pearl velocities at this point means that the pearls can be spread out further. So the slowest pearl will be up here, and the fastest one will be lower down. It means that on the second tick, the fastest pearl will be down here. Yeah, fastest pearl will be down here, or whatever. So that's squashed in both directions. So this zeroes out the negative, well not negative, zeroes out the x and z momentum. You then have this bit, which catches all the pearls vertically and zeroes out their y momentum, but it can't do it perfectly. Well, it's perfectly cancelled, but they don't all end up in the same spot. Half of them also end up around here, and the other half end up around here. So they just get quantized into two separate states, which is fine because we have this piston here which we just spam, and so they all fall down and they always get spammed by this piston and it catches all of them. It's not the cleanest solution ever, but it works. Intricate's working on one of these where it's much faster. She's got some 10-dimensional gigabrain setup where she has piston heads in here pulling sideways, and it doesn't work yet, but if it does work, it would let you probably skip this piston because this would all be up here somewhere, so the range of motion, or not the range of possible pearl position would be less. And now I guess I can demonstrate all the different types of pearl going through, just so that you slash log projectiles off, slash log projectiles brief, so it doesn't spam as much. And I can demonstrate slowest pearl, see it goes through fine. Actually, I'll put a block there to catch it so it doesn't produce such a long log. But yeah, slowest pearl, let's see, lands on tick 30 with these parameters. Fastest pearl lands on tick 30 with identical parameters, i.e. it is controlled to be the exact same. The maximum drift, again, all cancelled, same parameters. Maximum drift in other direction, all cancelled, same parameters. So this aligner works perfectly, there's no way for it to fail. Because if these values can't make it fail, then no pearls can be generated naturally by the game can. But of course, if you do the bug, because things will happen one tick earlier because of the weird player input jank, what happens is, so normally it just looks like this, yeah? It works, you go through, what have you. But if you just wiggle your mouse slightly, that happens. Now, this isn't an issue because it's very easy to not wiggle your mouse like an idiot. So I'm willing to call this aligner 100% reliable, provided you know how to take your hand off your mouse when you use it. If you can't do that, we might have bigger problems in aligning pearls, really. But that's pretty much it. Peace out.